There he is.
Yeah. Do you need to call me back, or
Huh?
do you need to call me directly, or can I call you like this?
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything. Okay.
Oh no, this works fine. I just figured since we were exchanging messages, let's just get to it. Screw it.
Okay.
Now that we have the great Bobby Rogers on, I think let's just say, for the sake of this episode, you are the fill-in co-host today, as our friend AJ decided that he had to work late. And
well, that's not true. Actually, it's 5 p.m. He's still eating breakfast.
That's true. I had told him. I said, listen, when I schedule a time and a day with a guest, I can't keep doing the old switcheroo when your TikTok schedule frees you.
Well,
up.
I actually spoke to him earlier today, and I told him that you had asked me to fill in for him, and he said, "Don't do it. Make Ben wait till I'm back, because I'm a goddamn TikTok star now. I'm on the page." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a TikTok star now and everything."
Yeah, he keeps bragging. This is the funniest part: is he keeps bragging about this birthday site. There's apparently like a birthday website for celebrities, quote unquote.
Right.
And he got messaged by them, and they said, we've had a huge demand of people wanting to know when your birthday is, so we'd like to add you to our site. And so he added it, and he's been climbing the charts. He's like number 4 overall in the over 40 crowd. And I'm like, I finally drilled him and questioned him enough on it to realize that this isn't like a real celebrity site. It's not like you've got like Tom Hanks on here. It's like just other TikTok jabronis like him.
Well, I actually go to that site a lot, because I do go to that site for real. When it's a friend's birthday,
yeah,
I'll always go to that site to find a celebrity born on that same day as them to make jokes about it on their page. That's why that does have regular celebrities too. It has real celebrities like Tom Hanks and Tyler Perry, and it has nobody assholes like him.
Is it the same site though?
I mean, I saw it on his page with the stars, and I saw the background.
Okay.
I saw the background, and it's the same site that I go to. Like I'll just go to, like, when it's my niece's birthday or something, I'll just type in celebrity birthdays today, and that's the first site that comes up.
Right.
And I'll go there, and I'll make jokes about it. Like I have one sister. My sister-in-law is like a Trump fanatic,
right.
And she's like really, really far out there with that shit. And I go to check her birthday and to see celebrities, and it's like, oh my God, Tiffany Trump has the same birthday as her. And Margaret Thatcher. So it does list real people on there.
Well, that makes sense, though, because people aren't searching for the celebrities' birthdays. They're searching for, like you said, someone you know's birthday, and then it says who else has the birthday same as you. All right, so it's not like, so he may be like the 4th most searched, but people aren't searching for Tom Cruise's birthday. They're searching for people and then realizing Tom Cruise has the same day as them. I get it.
Right.
Okay. Fair enough. So, we've been teasing this. I know you don't listen to the podcast. You like Billy Fives, both.
I haven't even heard one of the ones that I haven't even heard any of the ones I've done.
You guys both wipe your balls on this podcast, but you're happy to be on it at times. And I've been teasing that we keep having to revisit and have you on to tell the story where you listed it was your kidney, right? Your kidney on eBay. I mean,
it was.
You got 2 of them, so what the heck?
Yes.
So I figured we would just kind of tell that story, and I mean, I have who, what, all the who, what, where, when, whys, but I figure if you want to start it, and then at points,
I can tell you the whole thing. It was August of '99, I think, and I had seen this new site, eBay, that was relatively new. And there was all kinds of weird shit up there for auction. I mean, somebody was selling, some college guy that got drafted to the NFL needed money, but he didn't get a big contract. He was trying to sell his jockstrap up there.
Yeah.
Some porn star was selling her removed breast implants. Somebody was selling Mr. T's pubic hair. I mean, it was just ridiculous shit.
Jackie and I, those were the years we did very well selling wrestling autographs on eBay.
Oh yeah, yes, I know he did. I know he did very well with that stuff. So I said, okay, what can I sell? It's ridiculous. So I said, okay, you know what? Here's what you got. And I remember typing the ad in: fully functional male, non-smoking, non-drinking kidney. I didn't smoke or drink.
Right.
I said for sale. Only one winning bid picks the right or left kidney because I need both. I need one to live.
Right.
Good luck to everyone. It wasn't done because I wanted the money, and it wasn't done as a joke to mock people who are suffering from kidney failure. It was done specifically for the reason to say that this shit's ridiculous. People are selling some weird shit. People like you and Jackie who made a living or made good money selling legitimate stuff, that's great. But people were just selling shit trying to make money, and it was ridiculous. So I said, here you go, have a kidney for sale. I put it up on like a Sunday.
Plus, I'm sure there's some kind of curiosity into just how much would someone pay on eBay for a kidney, you know?
Well, I'll get there because the bidding, because I didn't put it for fixed price. I put it for auction.
Right.
Highest bidder. So I just put it up, and I put it up on Sunday. And if one person looked at it and said, man, this shit's ridiculous, I would have been happy. It wasn't my goal to get any bids on it. So on Sunday, there was no bids. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there was like maybe 11 views, no bids, nothing. I said, okay, at least 11 people saw it. I hope they got a good laugh out of it. So I went through the week, and then like that Friday, I woke up and my voicemail was full. And I'm like, okay, who left me voicemails? It was CBS News with Dan Rather and Connie Chung, and Inside Edition, and Oprah Winfrey Show, and ABC News, and 2020, and 60 Minutes. All these reporters were calling. I made no attempt to hide my name. I used my actual eBay handle, which was HC Hero. For my wrestling name was Hardcore Hero at the time. So they were able to link it to me, and then I went outside to get the newspaper that day, and there were reporters outside of my front door, and the Sun Sentinel cover of the page that day was "Worldwide Controversy Begins Here in Sunrise," or "Here at Home in Sunrise." I was like, wow. And my mom called me and said, what is this? This has to be you. You have to be involved in this. And didn't put my name in the paper.
Right.
You know, it just talked about the story. My mom said, you have to be involved in this. And so I remember that particular night, Jeff Gardner, Boudadine, picked me up, and I had to actually walk out where I lived at the time in Lauderhill. I was able to walk out the back door and hop the fence in the neighbor that lived behind me, and then walk to that street. So, because there were reporters parked out in front of my house and down the block. I mean, there was like a dozen, maybe 24 reporters out there trying to get me to do an interview.
Right.
So Jeff picked me up. We went to eat at Chili's, and I remember we drove to Chili's, and we walked in, and on the blackboard which says specials, it said special tonight, kidney. I'm like, oh my god. So the bidding actually reached $5.701 million. $5,701,000. So $5.701 million. And after that happened, all kinds of auctions for weird shit started popping up. Some 8-year-old kid tried to sell his big brother who was a bully. some girl trying to sell her virginity. All kinds of stuff they were selling.
I've seen virginities auctioned off before on different places.
Yeah, I mean, all kinds of stuff was up for sale. More kidneys, livers, because actually I didn't realize this, but you can actually give away 60% of your liver, and it will regenerate. I learned that from my eBay auction. So they eBay was going to prosecute me, and I was going to go to federal prison, which I did later on, but not for that. Right. And so I actually called eBay's legal department and talked to them. I said, "What are you going to prosecute me for? Who's the victim here?
Right.
Who was the victim here? There's no victim. What's the crime? You're embarrassed at the crime." And there were 200 other auctions put up for kidneys and stuff. And I said, "If you're going to prosecute me, you have to prosecute everyone." So they just pretty much dropped it and banned me for life.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
See, I mean, and banned for life from eBay is a relative thing as well, because I mean.
Yeah, well, I think I was probably one of the first ones banned for life. I'm sure a lot of people have done it afterwards, but I was probably one of the first. But I do know it was a joke on the Letterman show, and Jay Leno talked about it in monologue. Because I think Steven Spielberg had a kidney operation like that week. Right. And he mentioned that Steven Spielberg had his kidney operated on, and then he sold it on eBay an hour later for $5 million. I mean, it was a question on Jeopardy. It was pretty cool hearing Alex Trebek talk about it. Bart Simpson wrote on the blackboard in the beginning of The Simpsons. You know, he does that little gimmick where he writes, "I will not do this." Right. He wrote, "I will not sell my kidney on eBay" on one of the episodes. Drew Carey did a whole sitcom on it of the Drew Carey show. He lost his job at the office, so he put his kidney up for sale on eBay. This became like pop culture mainstream, like moment in moment in the sun type of thing, like 15 minutes kind of like. Yeah, it was really the height of the internet. It was just gaining so much steam. It was August of '99. You know, eBay got on the map because of it. They probably would have gotten there anyway, but it definitely got them a lot of publicity and a lot of recognition. Yeah. Well, I know that eBay, that was like the sweet spot on eBay for Jackie and I was that there weren't as many wrestling autograph seekers in that year in the late 90s. When you hit 2000, it started to become a little crazy.
And it was like the perfect storm of not as much competition getting autographs, and then most people not knowing what eBay was. So you didn't have competition selling on eBay either. I had a friend who owned a chain of comic book stores down here, and I was always like showing him all this stuff I was picking up, was wrestling memorabilia and comic books at a great price and whatever. And he kept for I think 3 months, he kept asking me for the website of this place, and I wouldn't tell him because I didn't want him on there
right.
scooping my stuff. So I would just keep going, oh, I have it written down at home. Let me next time I'm at home, remind me and I'll call you with it. And I strung him along for 3.5 months with that because I didn't want him on there. We were interested in some of the same stuff. So, it was you were and it was also a little lawless back then. There was, obviously you got to auction a kidney. Did that auction finish, or did they close it before?
They actually closed it. I think they took it down. I don't know. I think it finished. I think it finished at 5.701 million. Somebody won the auction and then they removed it.
Right.
And they canceled all the bids. But there was the second auction for a kidney that went up was for a flat price, and they were just trying to sell it for $2.5 million. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to find out who that was. I would get a loan on the sale of my kidney for the 5.7,
right.
Buy the 2.5, and give that to the one with 5.7, and I make 2.8 for nothing.
That's right. Just flip it.
I'm flipping kidneys.
See, I don't know. Did you get a lot of people having customer emails to you while it was still up for auction?
I didn't check them because I didn't get anything. I did have questions afterwards. It was real, but then when eBay killed the thing, I wasn't able to respond to anyone.
I assume you put your blood type in the auction as well.
I didn't. No, I didn't even know my blood. I didn't know my blood type was. So I didn't. Yeah.
Someone was buying this kidney blind. I thought there was some issue with transplants. I mean, shit. I guess you just rolled the dice and what? I
don't think anyone really was bidding on it that wanted it. I think they were just bidding on it because
those were just goof bids.
Yeah, because if anybody that really needed a kidney, a life-saving operation with a kidney, they would want to know blood type and if it was a donor match.
Well, then that might have been a thing in those messages, direct messages. Maybe someone
that's possible. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I don't remember what the emails were, and I wasn't able to respond to them because eBay killed the link.
I know there's tons of people on lists that would if they had or could come up with the money, would be more than happy to jump the line to buy one direct. Yeah,
I actually contacted a kidney foundation years later, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, so it wasn't right afterwards, and inquired about donating my kidney just to, I don't know, not make good on it. Well, it wasn't, like I said, I wasn't doing it to make fun of people, but just to, I don't know, just to do it. But I am not able to donate because of other medical conditions, so I can't donate my kidney. Yeah, I have extremely high blood pressure. When I'm not on blood pressure medication, I'm 190 over 150.
Right. Wow. Yeah. I mean, auctioning it off. I don't think anyone's getting harmed in that, except maybe you if you agree to let them pick the doctor or something. But
right. It's not. I guess it's illegal. It's illegal in the United States to sell organs. I don't understand why it's illegal to sell organs because they harvest organs when you're dead, and the doctors sell them for operations.
Right. Well, maybe they don't want you cutting into that business.
They don't want people profiting. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess if it was legal to sell organs, then we would have killed Janetti long ago and sold his kidney.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember during that time, when I was, just a kid scratching by on whatever I could, that eBay had, they hadn't figured their whole site out perfectly anyways. They were running promotions, the first $10 worth of auctions were on them. So, it was I would just create an email account, auction 40 items off at 25 cents a piece, and then
and it was free.
Then start a new email and start a new account and start I never paying eBay fees. What are you, crazy?
Now, do you remember years later when they did that treasure hunt gimmick where they were putting up, eBay had a treasure hunt contest where they were selling 100 items or something, and they would be random items that they would put up for sale at intervals throughout the week.
A grab bag kind of deal?
Yeah. It wasn't a real item.
Yeah.
It was eBay. You had to find a particular item. They'd give clues about it. It could have been a bottle of water.
Okay.
And if you bought the item, you won $1,000.
Oh.
And they would give it to you through PayPal. Well, I won 8 times. Even though I was banned from eBay, I created an account I won 8 times because what happened was, and they had the accounts, and then they would change the item and change the username through the administrative end. but you could still search other items that seller was selling. So I would search the other sellers' other items, and I would see that they have an item, whatever it was, a remote control that was going on sale at 8 p.m. You know,
right?
So I wait till 8 p.m., click on the item, and buy the item, and then boom, I won $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so I actually won eight of those hundreds before they caught on and cut it off. But I had collected the money and everything already.
That's I think they've got it airtight now. But way back in that day, I know that there were a gazillion.
Yeah, back in the day, there was no verification process.
Yeah.
You could need a credit card. You could be anything. Anybody. Yeah.
Hell, even till recently, Paul Jones worked for PayPal. So I mean, that tells you all you need. No, I'm just
right. Yes, you did.
Actually, to be honest, I did pick up the phone and call Paul Jones to try and get him to pull strings to get some nonsense cleared up with a PayPal account at one point. I'm like, I know someone that works in like loss prevention for PayPal. I'm gonna pull a string.
Yeah, he was the global director of I think loss prevention.
Yeah,
for PayPal.
So we were having some kind of issue with an account, and I was like, Paul, can you make a phone call? He's like, I'll make a phone call. Sure, why not? And cleared it up, and I'm like. Whoever thought knowing someone at PayPal would pay off? So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I still use eBay from now and then. I don't have an account there, but like if I need a particular item, then I'll just go to eBay, see it's there, and just create an email, buy it, get it sent to me, and that's it, and then kill the account.
Yeah, I don't even think you need it. I think I've bought stuff off of eBay without even having an eBay account. Right. I think it's kind of like one of those. You just
check out as a guest. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. So I like you. I think I've done where I'll look on Amazon first. It's not there. I'll look on eBay, and it's just a fallback for me. And I've bought a few. Same thing. I'm not big on like auctions and collecting these days. So right. For me, it's not a. But apparently eBay's a bigger like regular marketplace these days, anyways.
Yes. So, what other stories you want? I got tons of stories. I just forget all these stories. I forget them all.
Well, I before we get away from the kidney thing, so you didn't get into any legal trouble, and eBay just kind of banned you.
Yeah, I did a couple talk shows over it. I think I did Inside Edition. And
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, what kind of media coverage you actually participated?
Yeah, I did Inside Edition, and I don't know something. I did like maybe like 8 or 9 talk shows, and I got paid for all of them.
Yeah,
like they paid me $1,000, $1,500.
So it was a profitable venture, then I guess we would say.
Yeah, so I made some money on it. Yeah,
I mean, I could say that I didn't realize. Well, now I don't have the memory to recall back then the details of it, but I do. To this day, I do remember the coverage of this. I didn't remember, seeing you on anything or them mentioning that it was this close to home. But
right.
But for sure, I probably, I don't know, 3 out of 5 people would probably say, if they were around and of an age to remember things, that they remembered this being.
Yeah, I saw it on the internet somewhere. I was linked to some story where it was like greatest internet hoaxes of all time, and depends like which story you read. Sometimes it's number 1 or number 2, the kidney thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's hey, I mean, shit. Badges of honors, like those minor ones. It's like, fuck it, I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What stories come to mind? Because I know that if it's too terrible on Anthony's end, I'm gonna have to cut it. But if
I won't even talk about him. But although this is a true story about him, and I've told him, he thinks I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But I can tell you here because it's. So I wrote a suicide note. Okay.
Okay.
And I carry it in my wallet. Okay. I do not intend to commit suicide. I have no intention of committing suicide at all.
Wait, you still carry it?
I keep it on me in case I should die in some kind of like car accident, or I get mugged and murdered on the street.
Death by
They will find this suicide note on me, and in the suicide note it says that I took my own life because I was in a romantic relationship with Anthony, and he tried to break it off. So it's kind of like a sticker to him. I'm dead. Fuck you. Make everyone think we had some kind of relationship.
I can't live without him. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he thinks I'm kidding. Like, I know you're kidding. I'm not. I really have a suicide note on me that says I killed myself because of him.
That's fantastic. I'm not rooting for your death, but I hope I'm around when you do drop. So
now I do actually have a second one, and it's also about him though. It's like when he pisses me off, because he does piss me off sometimes, he has that ability to get under your skin.
Yeah.
I'll change the note and carry the other one. It says that if I should die under mysterious circumstances, to investigate him.
Any death by misadventure, look this way.
Right. So that way, like, they'll investigate him.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's like a final, like, stick it to him.
like he thinks he's free of your harassment.
And I do want to say
not quite.
And I will make it clear, just so he's satisfied. I will say we are not, and we never were in a romantic relationship. I turned him down. He was too fat for me.
In all fairness, though, just to keep the number of people that listen to this podcast versus the number of people that would hear about that note do not balance out. So yeah, I think he's still fucked if you just because you're clearing the air here. And even for him to try and get, like, I'm picturing him trying to get all these people out there to listen to this podcast just so that they understand that this note is Fugazi.
So yeah, there were I mean, like, it's funny because he reminds me of something. He knows, for some reason, this guy doesn't remember his schedule or where he has to be, but yet he knows more of my stories than I do. Because sometimes he'll remind me of things that I forgot about or didn't remember.
Well, I think that it's all perspective. What's important to you on your timeline and what's important to him on his timeline regarding you are probably two different things. You know,
that's possible.
Yeah. So that's that makes sense.
Yes, that's true. So, is his match on with Billy still, or is that
his match is on with Billy? And basically, it's interesting. I'm planning to have Billy on next week. Billy, I feel, has been in Facebook jail recently because we have not seen him pop up. He hasn't threatened me or AJ or anyone related, and
I know Billy was, I was, and Lou Specker was. We all were at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I was suspended for a week on Facebook because I made a comment about some kind of stupid law that Florida had passed, that DeSantis passed, and they said I was promoting violence. All I did was quote a law. I don't know. The whole thing's stupid.
Yeah.
It's just like the algorithm catches you and locks you up. But Billy probably did deserve it, though.
I mean, Billy gets a little out there sometimes with some of the things he posts, but I don't want to say that too loudly, otherwise he'll hear it, and he constantly threatens to swing by my place on the way to one of his watering holes to keep me in check.
Maybe I'll text him your address.
He knows it. Don't worry. He'll literally call me and he'll start the conversation with my address. Just so
when he does a show next week, you should play intro music. Play Kung Fu Fighting for him.
Oh boy.
He'll be so hot. That was his old ring music when he was
Samurai
just
Kid?
Starting out. Yeah, he was just starting out. Bill Brown used to play that music for him. He hated it.
Oh man, I'm tempted, but I think I'll do it. I'll do it,
and then blame it on AJ.
I'll do it at a distance, like after we're done eating for the night. Like I want to go out and have fun. I don't want to like have to have my mouth wired shut before I can go back and have burgers and beers with him. So maybe I'll do it.
Or you could do it and say, "Hey, Marco runs the podcast. He played the intro music. I didn't know it was coming."
That's true. Yeah. But we'll have a pre and a post. So I'll have him on before and after because obviously he's gonna have to like explain the carnage that people saw on the internet, and why again I need a guest host to fill in because Anthony's unable to.
So I am thinking of organizing another trip to Los Angeles, like the one we did do in 2013.
Right. Who was that? Marco and Agony and Beast.
Yes, and me, and we went out to Los Angeles. I'm thinking of doing it again, maybe in 2023. 10 years on that one. It really was so much fun. And that's where
try and get those guys on The Price is Right again.
Well, yeah, I don't think Agony probably wouldn't go, and Beast probably wouldn't go. Marco probably would go. I mean, maybe not. He's married and has a new child.
Let me tell you something. Daddy Daycare is so preoccupied with baby bullshit that he can't even walk literally down a flight of stairs, 30 feet over and up a flight of stairs to do a podcast once a week with me.
So that, I mean, when we were there, we weren't even in LA for 8 hours. Okay, let's make a deal. and they went on and won. And I remember after that, I think I said this one time on your show that they were looking for weed in Los Angeles, Marco and Agony, not Beast, and I didn't smoke, and I don't smoke. All I know is walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and Marco said, "I'll be right back." He walked, turned the corner, came back, and he had a huge bag of weed. He just bought it off somebody there.
Yeah.
He just found somebody on Hollywood Boulevard on the Walk of Fame and bought weed.
That sounds about right. Especially, what was it? How many years ago was this?
This was 2013, so 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agony bought it, maybe. I don't know. One of them got it. We'll just say Agony because he's not here.
Right. Fair enough. He can take the heat.
Yeah. Yes. Now, Tommy used to smoke weed all the time, and he doesn't want to talk about it. Like, there's anyone that knew you when you were 19 years old has to know you were stoned half the time.
I mean, probably just walk up and talk to him.
Yeah, he was stoned all the time back then.
Yeah. Him and
Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Eric still displays the residual results of that.
Well, Tommy does too, but to a degree, because I have an older brother who smokes pot, and he smoked every day, almost every day of his life since he was like 10 years old, and he is like really, and Tommy reminds me of him so much.
Oh, really?
Janetti reminds me of him so much, and his name is Anthony too. That's why I asked Janetti about the time we were in the car, and we were driving. I just turned around and punched him right in the side of the head, and he was like, "Why'd you do that?" I was like, "You know what? He just reminded me of my brother, and I can't stand it." He just really does. He reminds me of my brother. I want to punch him in the face sometimes.
I do appreciate that you constantly harass him on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
every day, Anthony.
I actually get messages sometimes from people that I don't know, friends of his, and why do you give him a hard time? Leave him alone. He's a good guy. Why are you so mean to him? What did he ever do to you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, his mother finally knows that it's not real.
Right.
Because I know his mother sometimes thought I'd be mean to him, and I'm not. I'm just joking with him.
But they know you from. I mean, they shouldn't even have questioned that. They know you.
Yeah, out of everyone, listen, I can say this honestly. Out of everyone I've ever worked with in wrestling, at Facebook, at Future Wrestling, everything, he is my second favorite person I've ever worked with, ever.
That's a nice compliment, unless
everyone else was tied for first.
Yeah. There we go. I had a feeling. I was like, well, who's number one?
Yes. Actually, you do me a favor right now. I told him the other day because so I was booking a hotel room using points.
Yeah.
And my sister overheard me booking it. I'm actually booking the room for my niece, who's coming to town for her my sister's 55th surprise birthday party. She doesn't know we're doing it. I'm bringing my niece in, and her husband and her baby, and my other niece and her husband and her 2 kids. And they're going to stay here at the house, and then my other niece is pregnant, though, so she wants to stay in a hotel, which is fine, because I want her to stay in a hotel if she's pregnant. So my sister's like, what are you getting a room for around here? And I said, oh, Tommy's coming in, and he's driving to New York to help move his grandmother's Cadillac back to Florida. So I smarted him up and told him, in case she brings it up on Facebook or something, so he's smart to it. So I'm actually using him. I use him in a lot of stuff, though. I always say, like, oh, Tommy.
He mentioned that. He said, this was because he was very nervous about me and you talking on a podcast without him there. Especially since I do the editing, and if I choose not to remove something, well, then it goes out. And he said he mentioned this because he said, I have something over on Bobby that if he gets out of line, I'm going to blow his cover on. And this must have been it.
Well, it wouldn't be on me. It'd be my sister. So
yeah.
He'd be spoiling. Yeah. So.
But he was your cover story for something, I guess, and that must have been what he was referencing to.
Yeah, and I wouldn't tell the stories without him here anyway. Because my goal is not to slander him or talk about him. My goal is just to make him sweat.
Yeah. Well, trust me, he's sweating. He's sweating.
Well, that's because he's 400 pounds.
I could try to call him if you want. I just think that I just figured that if he's driving home, it's not going to sound that good. But at least we should call him and let him know we're wrapping up, and that
that's fine.
Especially that's good. Again, like everybody else, nobody actually listens to the show. So maybe I'll.
And that shouldn't reflect anything about you, because like we were discussing this the other day when I was discussing with family. I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones. I've never seen an episode of Walking Dead.
Right.
The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Survivor. I've never seen any of those shows. Not one single episode.
Right. So we're in the same group as those.
Yeah, right. So I just don't do it. I mean, I watch Family Guy, American Dad, and Saturday Night Live. That's what I watch.
Right. Well, that's I can understand those. Those are tried and trues,
and game shows. I watch game shows,
and they've all run 30+ years.
So right.
Hold on. Let me call him. Let's see if he picks up. Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Hey, hold on. Are you there?
I'm here.
You there? Okay.
Oh my God!
I just wanted to let you know that we're wrapping up the episode, and
by the way, I couldn't hold it in, Anthony. I'm sorry. I told him all about I told him all about the situation with you and the girl you picked up on the side of the road at the rest stop.
What are you even talking about?
Oh yeah, you don't remember that, do you? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say anything. But that would be funny, But this is true though. I didn't say anything like that at all. But there have been times before when I've said things on Facebook that he has said, and I totally make it up, entirely make it up. And he'll call me and go, "Did I really say that?" I'm like, "No, I made it up." And he goes, "Oh, it sounds like something I would say. I thought maybe I did."
I mean, you never know.
No, he texts me sometimes. Did I really say that? Did I do that? No, you didn't.
Well, it leads me to believe what you said, that he smokes way too much back in the day.
Yeah, because he doesn't remember some stuff. He has. He has. I did say that. I said anyone who knew you back when you were 19 or 20, if they didn't know you were smoking pot, they were blind.
Right. Well, it was either that or every time you booked me against Hack Myers, Casey Thompson, and Dave Johnson, and they wrapped a chair around my head. So.
Well, yeah. I just let you guys hang out together because it's,
Yeah.
That crowd.
That crowd. Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you excited about your match coming up with Billy Fives?
No, I was kind of hoping that Billy would get stuck in California and wouldn't be able to make it.
You could always find out what airline he's on and cancel his flight.
Oh, not a bad idea.
I did that before to a midget.
Wait a minute. So Anthony, you're telling me that the doctor gave you passed you on your physical? You don't have a doctor's note?
I mean, let's just say those results haven't come in yet. They must be looking at him deeply.
He got a doctor's note, but it's Dr. Red Tyler that wrote the note. I did cancel the flight. I did call to cancel a flight on a midget once at Bill Brown's show. This is back in.
Did you?
Yeah, this is back in, I don't know, when cell phones first started, and you had a little Nokia with the antenna that wasn't retractable. It was stuck there. So this little midget asked to borrow my phone, and to call home or something and get his flight information. I said, okay. I gave him my phone. I said, yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere. I said, I'm on Rome, so, don't run it up. He said, oh, yeah, no, I'll be 2 minutes. Okay, no problem. So I gave him the phone. Couldn't find him. I went and did my match. I found him later on. He gave me the phone back. I looked at the phone. The battery's dead. I checked his last call. He was on the phone for an hour and 17 minutes, and it was like a $300 phone call with roaming charges. So I called the number back, and it was his brother or someone or a girlfriend or someone. And I said, yeah, they changed. I'm the promoter, Bill Brown, and we changed his flight. He's coming in 2 hours later, so at a different airport, so don't pick him up. And I actually called. Then I called and canceled his flight too, so he got stuck there. Listen, those midgets were always a problem at the hotel. I get called in the middle of the night. They're pissing on the artificial plants in the lobby, or running around naked and trying to hump guests' legs.
Oh, we are talking about actual midgets, because we didn't transition smoothly from Billy, so I wasn't sure for a second. But
did you just call Billy a midget?
No, I sure did not. No, I did not. But also, Also, because he posted on social media, probably Instagram since he's kicked off Facebook. He posted like his latest flight out, and it had the QR code on the picture. And I made a joke to the guys the other day. It would be funny if someone could take that QR code and cancel his flight back so he didn't have to fight you.
Well, now anyone else could do it and blame it on AJ.
Right.
I would never do such a thing.
Right. Let's get that on tape.
Yeah. That's right, because you're a celebrity now. You're a TikTok star.
Well, no, listen. If it means me not having to wrestle him, go ahead and cancel it. You can blame it on me.
What number are you on the list these days?
Oh, number 2. I made it to number 2.
I was hoping you slid a spot, not went up to.
No.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, Ben asked about that. It is a real site, by the way, because I go to that site. When it's someone's birthday, I post so and so is born on this day, and that's where I get my information from. Is that site?
Yeah, everybody does. It's the site to go to.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. I'm really annoyed.
Billy Fives isn't on that site, is he? Nope.
Who's not?
Billy Fives. Oh.
Yeah. So
maybe he'll crack the top 200 after wrestling you, Anthony.
Listen, that's the 40 and over. He'd have to be in the 60 and over.
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, I did see that video, and I was like, and I know you just turned 40 this year. I'm like, you look 50 though. I mean, you look like fucking Lou Spector's father.
Well, look, you know how when you have to like.
I mean, listen, I didn't realize Lou wasn't as old as he is. When we were breaking into business, we were like in our late teens, like 18, 19. I thought Lou was already 30.
Yeah, he's like
4 years. He's like 4 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When you're and you're trying to like make weight for I'm going to wrestle in the heavyweights. I got to make a heavyweight, or you're going to be a lightweight. I'm wrestling Billy, so I'm trying to appear older. So it doesn't look like I'm beating up a senior citizen. I want to look like it's fair, even.
No, he doesn't want to get arrested for elder abuse.
Right. Yeah. Ooh. So, just trying to make it look like it's an even fight.
Oh, once the fight starts, it's gonna look pretty uneven.
I was thinking about going to that, but I have a medical appointment the next day. I have a colonoscopy the next day, and you have one that day, so.
No, I don't know if you heard, but Ben's special guest referee. I don't know if you heard that.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not getting anywhere on that side of the barricade. It's not happening. I'm not getting within swinging distance of anyone on that match.
Hey, you know what? At least you're coming to the show, unlike Blake Chadwick.
Oh,
Blake's not going.
He's not booked.
He's done a stamp that day. I'm not booked.
Yeah. I'm not booked. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ben did tell me you were threatening that you're holding something over me. I guess it's the. He said that if I said anything if I talk about anything that you didn't want me to talk about, you're holding something over me. So I guess it's that time we had sex on the road.
That never happened.
No, I know.
He did tell us about the suicide note, though.
And you think I'm kidding, but it's a true story. So
I don't doubt it.
So you better hope. It's like if there's any kind of story, like if he sees on the news that I was in an accident, he's like, "Oh my God, we better save him, save him." Where's his wallet?
I said Anthony's gonna have a hard time getting the rest of the world to listen to this podcast where you actually said it was a rib.
Yeah. I told Ben I do have 2 notes though. When you piss me off at times, I change the note, and it says that you to investigate you that you may have killed me.
Yeah.
Oh, ridiculous.
That's when you pull your oh I'll call you right back, and then 4 days later, oh I forgot to call you.
Oh.
That does happen.
Yes.
Well, stop sending me pictures of pizza when I'm trying to diet. Sometimes I think, did Ben send you? Because I'm trying to cut weight over here.
That's better than him sending pizzas, okay? Trust me, from personal experience, when Bobby sent me all that food from Walmart.
I did send him food on one of his kids' birthdays. I sent McDonald's or no, Cracker Barrel, some kind of family.
Yeah, but the kid didn't. Yeah, the kid didn't see any of that.
I'm sure. All right, kids, make yourself some cereal. Daddy's eating the family feast for 4. That's what I said before. You couldn't make the show tonight because you were still eating breakfast at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You're a TikTok star. You're a celebrity now.
Yeah, he makes everyone wait.
He's big time in you.
Completely. It's such a nightmare, I tell you. It's not worth the rub.
Well, listen, if it ain't for me, I mean, your other podcaster, Marco, dropped out on you. So
I know.
At least I didn't have a baby and get married.
That's true. I mean, you did. At least you got that out of the way. I had it years ago.
Right.
You learned from your mistakes.
Daddy Daycare doesn't want to do the podcast anymore. I can't help that.
Yeah.
Well, that'll change. That'll change though in a year or so when he wants to get out of the house. Right now, it's all new.
True.
It's all new. When the kid's 2 years old and 3 years old, and then he'll want to get out of the house for a little bit.
Wife's gonna be like, where can I hear these podcasts? Instead, he's just down the streets, parked in the Publix parking lots, smoking and eating a box of donuts, crying to listening. Oh yeah. Well, I just figured we'd check in before we wrap this up. Let you know that we don't need your services for the podcast today. That it was handled.
It's nice to have a day off. I've been a workhorse lately here, so
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I said when we first got on, I said, you know what, you were a great friend.
We already had a podcast where we had to bleep some things out because someone decided to bury someone who owns a bunch of snakes. So yeah.
Why? What happened? Oh yeah. You don't get along with us, right? But you know the great friend thing is. I think I told you, Ben. Then that's what because every time someone dies, whether he fucking knew the guy or not, or worked with him or whatever. Oh, they were a great friend. I lost a great friend today. It's always about him.
Yeah.
So that's why whenever someone dies now, I'll text Janetti and say, "Oh my God, the Prince Philip died. He was a great friend."
Yeah.
First Lady Barbara Bush died. She was a great friend.
I didn't go full bore on him the other day, but I did make one joke that I figured was in poor taste, and I edited it out.
It was very poor taste.
It was in such poor taste that both of us were crying laughing for 3 minutes straight. That's how poor taste it was.
Well, go ahead. Tell me what it was. You can edit it again.
No, we can't. We had to bleep it out. It out last time.
I went on this tangent, cut a little promo on him, and then Anthony started getting uncomfortable. I said, "What is he going to do? Shake his hand at me?"
That's not bad. That's
horrible.
Well, only if you know the situation. Otherwise,
I know. Did you see the other day he posted a picture of some food he had? He always posted sushi, but the other day he posted food from a Steak and Shake. I was so tempted to say, "Oh, you got another shake," but I didn't.
Oh my! I'm done. I'm done with both of you. End the podcast. We're done.
All right, we gotta go. It's been a lovely time, folks. Everyone, go check our sale. We got 25% off everything in the store before we start new merchandise. We want to thank Bobby Rogers again for telling that fantastic story and for filling in and doing basically 10 times the job Anthony ever does as a co-host. And now I know that if Anthony pulls a Marco on me, I've got someone I can call every now and then to help out.
Yeah, sure, for sure. But he big times you wants a pay raise because he's a star. He's a star now.
Once he has that big TikTok head. And thank you, Anthony, for taking our call. We appreciate having you on our show. Hopefully you'll come on again sometime.
Show. What does it even mean?
All right, boys. I guess we'll wrap it up here.
I had fun. Thank you. I was here to shake things up.
Oh, God.
Thanks, Bobby. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.